Will the XRP be the basis for the world central bank's digital currency? Ledger? How can Ripple close on a huge deal when US regulators are coming after cryptocurrencies? What will it look like? Stay tuned until the end of the video to find out, but first, at the end of the month, we'll be giving away 50 XRP coins. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe, and tell us in the comments what you think about XRP. World Crypto Finance, XRP Army. Let's grow the XRP Lab community by clicking like and subscribing to this channel so we can always keep you up to date. Since it put out the private version of its XRP ledger in 2021, Ripple has been very busy making new digital currency applications for central banks. This week, the US showed off its digital dollar project at a think tank. Ripple was one of the first companies to take part in its technical sandbox program. One of the organizations that Ripple is working with this year is the Digital Euro Association in Europe, which is a think tank. Partners like this help spread the word about the digital euro and help it grow. In September of last year, the Bhutanese Monetary Authority and Ripple Labs launched the country's first central bank digital currency. Bhutan's digital and gold trim will be given out and managed by Ripple, which will make it easier to do business internationally. When November comes, the Blockchain Forum and the Republic of Palau work together to help the island country in the Pacific create a digital currency that is good for the environment. Still, the statement says that the properties of Palau's digital currency will be more like those of a USD-backed stablecoin than a central bank digital currency. 3 months ago, a company called Blockchain held its first online central bank digital currency hackathon. It was called Ripple's Central Bank Digital Currency Create, and it was held online. The contest had to do about 483 people take part, and they all made digital currency applications for the central bank that can be used in different ways. Some of these programs were made to make it easier to trade digital currencies from central banks with other digital currencies. Because of this central bank, it is easier to buy things with digital currencies. Others were made to help people who didn't have bank accounts open one. The website for the central bank's digital currency innovation project says that the first group of names on the list of finalists will be available on September 8, 2020. Those on this list would move on to the next round of the tournament. Can we expect governments to use Ripple as their preferred digital currency? The lawsuit will probably be settled, and most people think that Ripple will win. It looks like he is doing well in court. The head of Ripple is sure that the case will be over by 2022. If Ripple doesn't work, the commission might be able to control the whole market for cryptocurrencies. During the first court hearings in the case brought against XRP by the Security and Exchange Commission, all social media platforms made it easy to see the vast majority of responses and community support. People on social media started to guess and talk about it even though they had no facts to go on. As many tweets show, the vast majority of Twitter users are hopeful that Ripple will win the court case in the end. On April 30th, the hearing was finally held. Attorney Jeremy Hogan sent a tweet to XRP people to say congratulations. At the start of the hearing, there were already 4,000 people on the phone list. The court knows that people are very interested in this case. Mission done. I need to finish some pleadings and then go home to watch a video. In the next part of the post, Seal Melia said that lawyers for Ripple just proved that the Securities and Exchange Commission hid their actions from Ripple, from foreign regulators, and, worst of all, from this court boom. In other tweets, people in the community shared a wide range of thoughts. For example, some said the commission is stuck in an elephant trap. Others think that the agency is hiding something by not giving out records, and still others say that the commission is changing the prices of XRP. Since then, the case has been one of the most talked about things in the news. There were many hearings, and many different points of view were heard. Many people think Ripple will win, but some may be wrong. Brad Garland House has said that he hopes things will be settled by the end of 2018. He also thought the judge who was hearing the case was doing a great job of asking questions to find evidence, since he knew the case was about more than just Ripple. Some people think that XRP will win. Others think it will lose, and others think that on December 16, 2021, the two sides will come to an agreement. A tweet from a content provider for cryptocurrencies said that XRP won its court case against the commission and that the Security and Exchange Commission is acting like a bully at school instead of protecting investors. It would be good for business if Ripple won. John Deaton, the owner of Deaton Law Firm and a former Marine, says that if Ripple wins, only Bitcoin and XRP will be safe from being looked at by securities regulators. Even though, at this point, we can't draw any firm conclusions. If Ripple wins, it could be the start of a big change in the crypto business or lead to the release of definitions and standards for securities and investment contracts, which are badly needed. If Ripple fails, it could lead to a more in-depth look at other cryptocurrencies or to the Securities and Exchange Commission gaining regulatory control over the crypto business. All of these are things that the Commission has asked for and hinted at. Even so, if Ripple lost, there might be effects on XRP and its market. Whether or not Ripple wins, the same thing will happen. Even though it is impossible to know for sure what would happen if Ripple won or lost, this study should help. How do you feel about this debate? The United States is moving toward regulating crypto, which will change the way the market moves. When looking at how crypto is regulated in the US right now, it's important to first separate the government's legislative and enforcement positions. This is like comparing official statements to what the government actually does. And it's important because the difference shows what the government's real goals are for the sector and asset class in question. In the past year, there have been more bills proposed that deal with cryptocurrencies, such as the Responsible Financial Innovation Act by Senators Cynthia Lummis and Kirsten Gillibrand. Representative Josh Gottheimer introduced the Stablecoin Innovation and Protection Act of 2022. Senator Pat Toomey introduced the Stablecoin Trust Act of 2022, and Senators Debbie Stabenow and John Boozman introduced the Digital Commodities Consumer Protection Act. These laws have suggested big changes to how crypto is regulated and how it is done business. Most of these changes have been seen as good by crypto industry players. First of all, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission would take over from the Securities and Exchange Commission as the main regulator of the asset class, with power over both spot markets and markets for derivatives. Some people in the sector who were tired of the Security and Exchange Commission's strict regulation by enforcement policies saw this as a much-needed change until recently. If these proposals become law, there will be another big change. Far stricter rules will be put in place for making and managing stable coins. So, stablecoin issuers might have to keep all of their funds in reserve, and unbacked, algorithmic, or endogenous coins might be completely banned. Collateralized stablecoins could be the next step.